From India, you sort of come back and you've done the book, and you've managed to raise funds. If people would like to support your charity or whatever, who would they contact?
Well, I really don't know, because I have never gone out of my way to raise this money. I think the thing to do, I'm not very good at going out and getting, I just tell people what's going on. And always Father Donal Cahan, SMA, Blackrock Road in Cork. That's Father Donal Cahan, Cathain, Blackrock Road, SMA headquarters, Blackrock Road in Cork. Any cheque made payable to Father Donal Cahan, specifically stating that the amount is for Father Donal's work in Africa. And that's the way to do it.
Brilliant. Now, part of your work here, as in your voluntary work, if you like, is working with some people in Dublin. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
I've been greatly blessed. I was sent the great gift of prostate cancer. Now that sounds a strange thing to say, but it's equally strange that from getting the prostate cancer 2 plus 4, 6 years ago, I never worried about it. It was the most wonderful time of my life, going through the checks, the tests, and all the rest of it, because I made so many friends. And we laughed our way through biopsies. If you can imagine doing that, it's incredible. But they were so wonderful, these people, these nurses, these doctors, Mark McAvoy, my GP in Newry. So we were on a road to try and either live or die. I had no idea whether I was going to survive it or not. But I never once prayed to survive it. Taking a leaf from Donal Cahan's book in Africa, I'm here for as long as God wants me to be here. And then I go somewhere else. The journey continues. So I simply embraced the cancer and was wise enough, without any symptoms at all, to ask for blood tests, just to check. Those blood tests told me something was wrong inside the prostate, but it was very, very early days. We got it in time. And this now is an appeal to men of a certain age out there, and I want you to listen to me carefully. Insist on getting and ensure that you get a PSA, prostate-specific antigen blood test. Ensure that you get it, because that will show up, not that you have prostate cancer, it will show up that there's something wrong and you can take it a stage further. So my prostate cancer brought me into contact with people who were worse off than I was. It contextualized my existence. It let me see there were more important things than me. And as a consequence of that, I'm now 2 years clear of my cancer. External beam radiation did it. And great young man in Newry, Christopher, his daddy, the family run the Boulevard restaurant in Newry. He's a radiation therapy nurse down in Belfast.
Just before we go on, I'm just thinking, what age range should men be thinking?
From the age of, for me, I've been saying 50 on.
50 on.
Yeah. And the earlier the better, just to keep an eye on it. Keep a monitor, keep a diary of your health. Do not, there's this fallacy that men don't want to go to the doctor. I don't believe that. Like me, most men are too cowardly to not go to the doctor. I don't want to leave this planet yet, so go and get it seen from the age of 50 on. There are sometimes symptoms, there are sometimes no symptoms, and that's it. But the people I've met, I now go down for 6 monthly checkups. But in between times, I've been called, in a sense, to go to the hospital in Belfast to visit people who are ill. And I do that now on a fairly constant basis. And when I go down to visit people who are ill in the city hospital, I then traipse the 100 yards across the road to the cancer centre. And once I go in there, I sit down with people and I tell them briefly my story. You watch it very carefully that you're not imposing on people, but you're simply saying, look, this is what happened. I was where you are 2 years ago. and I'm now clear, 2 years. So there's light at the end of your tunnel. And you can see it lifting. And it does them the world of good. And it's positive, and it keeps going. So within all of that, I think it's about 6-7 years ago now, I went to Dublin. I did an interview with Brother Kevin, the Capuchin monk, who runs the day centre in Dublin, feeding 1,000 people a day. Kevin's been doing it for the last 50 years. And homelessness is endemic in Dublin. It's huge. It's a problem. And if Kevin can feed the people, then that's a starting point for them. And for those who have a mortgage to pay that they can scarcely manage, if he can feed them, then it frees up money to pay the mortgage. So I started going down there and was made very, very welcome by Brother Kevin. And all I do is go down on a Saturday and I put the word out I needed coats. So I have a famous big red suitcase that I cart along with me, and it's full of coats, good quality coats. And I ask people not for loads of coats, but just one coat, good coat, from individuals. Bring it to me. And by the Saturday morning at 12 o'clock, I'll have it on the back of the people in the homeless centre. And that works very, very well. And I've got so much from that. I've met people who've done me the honour, shown me the privilege of looking after them, of helping to clean them if they need cleaning, of listening to their problems, sharing some of my problems with them, and moving forward like that. And that continues. I needed a little break from it for a while, but I'm now back. And at this point, I think it's very important to mention a Newry group who go out and do great things. There's a lad called Gary MacDonald, and they have a group called Newry Helping the Homeless. It is an extraordinary truth that they're to be found with the homeless of Dublin outside the GPO on O'Connell Street every Friday night. Rain, snow, or blow. They're there, and they go home again after that. So great people, look out for Newry Helping the Homeless and give them all the support you can.
And the sad thing is, these people are just ordinary folk who basically, because of the way the world has changed, suddenly find themselves on hard times.
Yep. Ordinary people, some of them are ordinary. There was a lady came some years back to Brother Kevin's, and we're feeding 1,000 people a day, 6 days a week. And the lady came in the most beautiful, top of the range Land Rovers with her 3 children. And they came in to be fed. And Kevin said, well, why do you need to be fed? Look, why are you hearing this? Oh, she said, you're looking at our home. We're living in this Land Rover. It's all that's been left. We've been put out. Husband is gone. And we're here together just... So from that moment on, Kevin made the point, we don't judge anybody down there. And I'm on the periphery of it. I'm on the outside of it. I simply go for a Saturday, and that's it. Come home again. I'm warm. I get my lunch there. I talk to the people there. I've got great companions there. And I've seen miracles there too. I've seen people, one man, he used to sit at the back. He's dead now. And he was an Englishman, a lovely man. But he always had a kind of a curtain over half his face. And I remember talking to him and asking him how he was. He said, how do you think I am? Half the face was gone. It was a face cancer. And I said, well, you have a most fantastic smile. He said, what do you mean? I said, have you never looked into your left eye? It's bright. It's wonderful. It's happy. Do you think so? Then, on another occasion, a man at the end of the table sitting there, he had a bandage around his head. He was like an Apache in the cowboy and Indian films of long ago. And the blood was dripping down. And again, conversation. Conversation is great. Talk is wonderful. And I said, do you want me to clean that for you, do something with you? He said, no. I said, okay, that's fine. And cleaned it on the table. He said, it'll be all right. I said, well, you'd probably be better just getting it cleaned. And sort of said, he said, do you really mean that you would do that? And I said, yeah, oh, okay, of course. So got a bucket, big bucket, and cloth and some Dettol. We did the business and got him sorted out and put him on his way. And then, you see this all over the place, volunteers doing this, left, right and centre. They're there helping people. And that's the nature of the spirit of spirituality, the heart of spirituality that you find in Rowan Hand's Day Centre.
We have more on the way, so please subscribe to this channel and check out the link below if you'd consider becoming a patron to help us keep making more content. Thanks for watching.